Okay, so hi guys, here again, Grub Culture Chef. So what I'm doing today is a lovely rice paper wrap with a soup. A simple soup, a nice butternut squash soup. I'm actually using a peanut squash and it's really lovely. It's very light. There are many variations to this. So once you get it once, you can change it however you like. So let's start with the wrap, okay? I've gone ahead, this is my peanut squash, it's the top of it. I've peeled it, which you can do, take the seeds out and just boil it until it gets nice and soft, okay? I've done that already, so we're going to get to that later on. Let's start with the wrap. I've also done some quinoa already, and I have some peas here and so on. So these are some lovely string beans. When it's in season in Trinidad, it is a pleasure. So I'm just taking the little tops off. As you can see, we get one that has a good top. That little top, you want to take it off, all right? Just pop it right off. It's fine. But it doesn't make for a good bite if you leave it on there. Wash them off. I've already washed mine. I just wanted to show you those little pieces that come off. Always a garbage bowl nearby. 3 little pieces off. So that's ready to go, but we're going to start with tofu. So get a tofu of your choice. As you can see, mine is really soft, so it kind of scraped off, but that's fine. What you do is you want to cover it in salt or soy sauce overnight so it absorbs flavor. Tofu needs flavor. Never question the flavor on tofu. So this has been already coated in salt. As you can see, if you look really close by, you're going to see some salt on top, and that's fine. You do it overnight. You know you're making tofu, do it. If not, do it an hour previous to what you're doing. So I'm cutting some big chunks of it to go into our wrap. So this is a small block of tofu. If you get a large one, smaller pieces might need to work for you. So I'm gently taking this. It is a gentle process, so have patience with yourself and with it. Okay? And I'm cutting them into nice little length pieces like so. I don't want to make them too thin because they need to go in a batter and they're going to go in a crust and all sorts of stuff. Real fun stuff we're doing today. Okay, so I'm taking another piece here and we're slicing right down. And that's enough. The other piece we'll find to put in a little stir fry or something later. Okay, never throw away your tofu. Don't do that to yourself. This piece seems to be shy on some salt, so I'm just going to put a bit more salt on him and rub it so it gets right into it. See? That's how I'm handling it, so you'll see how to do it when you're salting yours. Alright, so these are ready. Get my hands cleaned up quickly. And my knife as well. So, now that that's done, everybody's childhood favorite, cornflakes, not frosted flakes, cornflakes. And you're just going to pop it into a little blender. I have one here. And you put your cornflakes in. It needs to be of cornflake, reason being it just makes a great crust, kind of like pan-cooked breadcrumbs, but it's cheaper, 1. And 2, I'm a mom of 3. I have cornflakes at any given time, at any point of the month. So that's why this cornflakes came in. Excuse me while I make some noise. Okay, so it's done, and we have a nice crust in there. We're just going to pop this in the sink because this is what we're going to be using, a quick wash off for our soup. So you just want to get all that cornflake crust out and pop it right back in here for when it's time for that. Okay, so crust. I know there's some big pieces, just crunch it up, that's fine. Okay, now where it really comes in is our... Now, if you watched our last episode, you would have seen our onion ring batter. It's the exact same batter, and I've gone ahead and made it. However, I just have some chili powder, some ginger powder, and some salt, because tofu always needs salt. And I'm just going to stir that right into that same batter that you had already seen me use. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check our last episode out, guys. Okay, so there you are. It's a nice, pretty color as well, and you're seeing all the seasonings in it. Perfect. So it's the exact same onion ring batter with those 3 things that I've added. You'll get the recipe down below in the comments after we've posted. Okay, I'm going to get my oil on. Coconut oil again today. Go ahead and use grapeseed olive oil, but try not to use the oil that has too much flavor. You're going to change the flavor of your meal. So that's on. I'm going to put some more in just to ensure that we have a nice fry going. Right. And there. While that's going on, we're going to do a battering station. So always one hand wet, one hand dry. So I'm going to use my left hand as my wet hand and this one as my dry hand. So in it goes to that batter. Gentle, guys, gentle. This is gentle. Okay. I broke mine, you see? That's okay. You're home. And you're crusting it. Just do like a gentle shake on your hand. And there we are. So we got some big chunks still, even though it kind of fell apart on us. That's fine. Just be really gentle with it, that's all. Use your fingers like a strainer and let the drips fall off. There's a sink, wash your hand off after. Don't be freaked out. Your best tools are your hands in the kitchen. Okay, this tofu is getting nice and crusted. And once it gets the crust on it, it's pretty easy to handle. It's just about being in the batter. Okay, see? So this is one of your so-called nuggets. And you put it on another plate, and then you go right back in. I'm going to try and be really gentle with this one, right? Okay, so we're flipping nicely. And we're letting it strain on our hands. Okay, once that strains, get your cornflake mixture in. And you can also add some seasoning to this cornflake mixture if you want to. But I've added a lot of flavor to that batter on the inside. So go ahead and put like 5 spices would be good in here. That would be good, yeah. 5 spices is probably the best option. Okay, I just want to get these guys in really quickly. This is the most, probably, I'm lying, this is not the most gentle part of this meal. This meal is a delicate meal. It's a beautiful meal when done, but it is a delicate meal. And I must say, very filling. It's a great meal for entertaining, because everything can be done beforehand. So it's a great meal if you want to have a little bit of friends over, and you don't really want to be in the kitchen while they come. You want to be able to enjoy your guests. This would be recommended for that. Okay, and look at that. Just like that, we're on the last piece. And we've mastered the tofu spinning in our batter. So we're not breaking it up. Once again, straining it. Drop it right into there. Good. Looks like my fingers are about to get battered as well. Okay. So just make sure it's dry. Don't let any wet pieces stay sticking out. Okay? There. Look how perfect that is. Come on. Alright, so I'm going to wash my hands off. That oil is going, so we're going to see if it's ready. And I just want you all to take a look at what happened after. Alright, so this is it after, all crusted. And you can't even tell there's tofu under there. So this is really nice. And it's crisping up on me while it sits and waits. So you can always put this in the fridge, another like 10 minutes in the fridge while you get everything else prepped. And it's going to stick to it. It's going to hold to it and adhere to your tofu and be easier to fry. So let's go check on that oil. Yep, I'm getting a gentle simmer. So I'm guessing we're pretty ready to go. Always put something, as you're putting into a fryer, away from you. You do not let the oil hit or splash toward you. It should splash away from you. Perfect sound, a nice little sizzle. Okay, 2 at a time for now, and let them get nice and golden brown. Tofu is ready to eat, so you don't need to be worried about it being cooked through in the middle or anything like that. Great reason to be vegan, right? Don't worry about the meat being undercooked. So we're waiting for it to get nice and golden. Turn it as needed. There's a lot of surface area to cover, so keep turning it, which you'll see me do. And then we're going to move on to the rest of it, okay? So while that is frying up, I'm going to try to get other stuff done. So, for your soup, blender, all washed and ready, I went ahead, as I told you all, and I did my butternut squash or peanut squash. Don't use pumpkin. Pumpkin is full of water, and it's going to end up being a watery soup. So don't go ahead with that. The peanut squash and the butternut squash have exactly what their names say. Butternut. It's buttery. It's nice and velvety on the tongue. Alright, so this is it here. Already cooked. You see it's already soft. I can almost like mash it. So that's perfect. You put that into your blender. And this is just for one person right now. Actually, I could probably share this with my husband. So this is like for a 2-person thing. But go ahead and increase the recipe after you see it on the comments. And allow it to be a recipe that you can use to increase for a larger group. Some salt, because I put no salt before. Okay. Salt to taste, so at the end if you find it needs some more, add some more. Put it right in and go ahead. That's the sesame one. Perfect. So now I just need to get my bowl. I'm going to check my tofu and we're going to get it flipping. Oh yeah. I'm going to actually use something else to flip it because I don't like how it's flipping right now. Oh yeah, perfectly crunchy, really, really nice. We could probably go and put another one in to get nice and crunchy. Good. And these are nearly done. So let's get a plate with some paper towel to assist in taking them out. Alright, so this one is looking pretty much done. So, tell me that doesn't look like a nugget or like a piece of fried fish. People don't need to know. You make these, invite your friends over and tell them absolutely nothing. This is what I made for you. Don't tell the meat eaters anything. They won't even know. Probably won't even miss the meat. Good. And let's get him flipping. As you can see, I'm taking my time because I don't want to burn myself. As you know, coconut oil has a very, very low smoke point, so it's getting a little bit smoky on me, so I'm taking my time. Nice. So there, we're pretty much done. It's just the last nugget going in here, and then we can forget about the oil for a second. Good. So our soup is done. Let's get that in a bowl. That's a beautiful color. That's one of the pretty things about this soup. Really, really pretty. And we're going to spice it up now. And they're going to be like, what is this baby food puree? Just pumpkin and water and salt. It may sound off for now, but trust me, when you put all of the other stuff on it, it's going to be really great. So we're going to set this aside for now while we get everything else ready. Everything else being one of your scallions. I love, love, love how chives look at the end. This is where the flavor is, by the way, so don't throw away the whites. Keep the whites for all of that. And we're going in nice and thin. The greens, of course, just add lovely contrast of color and their lighter onion flavor. I'm going to be back and forth a bit in the kitchen today, guys, so just bear with me. I'm going back to the tofu shortly. We don't want any burning. Okay, so that is there. Just check that tofu again. Another one. Good. So this is the scallions, the top of your soup. And then we also have some garlic. This garlic I've already cut up, peeled. So it's just for me to cut. I like to see garlic, like the rounds of garlic. If you don't, or you know it's somebody that may not appreciate it, don't do it. Do it nicely grated for them and add it into the soup. Okay, what we're going to do that's really different is we're going to get this kind of like fried. In Asian recipes, a lot of Thai recipes and so on, they actually fry their garlics a little bit of brown to create a crispy texture, and they throw it on things that are so soft so that you add the dimension of flavor and texture. So we're going to do that today. So we have our stuff here. We're going to carry this across to our fryer shortly, but I want to wait for tofu to come out and then we'll do that, okay? Okay, fire off. All the tofu is done. Really nice and crispy. This is beyond crispy, guys. Like, are you hearing this? Beyond crispy. So here we are with those. And then we're just going to go into frying some garlic, as I told you. Back on with your coconut oil again. Gentle, gentle, gentle heat on there. Nothing too hot, because you just, yes, you're frying garlic, but you're not burning garlic. And coconut oil, as I told you, that low smoke point could create that problem. So just go in with that, like so. And let it get hot. Once it gets hot, we're going to put that stuff on. While we wait for the garlic, we're going to take some of our lovely scallions that we've already cut. You just, free fall through them. As I told you, I love the whites. This is how I like to plate. You don't have to. Remember, it's all about how you like to do your stuff, and that's fine. And then I'm just going to wash this and show you what I want to do. We eat with our eyes too, so remember to do that when you're doing something special for someone. You always remember that. And you take some soy sauce and you slowly drip it, different points of it. Not a lot, just a little something. Good. A lot of people think that you should cook with sesame oil, but really sesame oil is a finishing oil. It's not something that you want to cook with too often. It gets bitter if it burns. So you want to be gentle with that. If you want to do like me right now, I can't tell how much is in here. I'm going to put some on this spoon to ensure it's not too much, because it's also a potent oil. So I have just about probably a teaspoon. I'm probably not going to use all of that either. And you just drizzle that on really nicely. Lovely. Looking and smelling good. That's good. We have the scallions. This is already looking beautiful. So I'm going to put this here for you to take a look at, and we're just going to get this garlic in. Good sound. So you're going to have to stand here and babysit this. Do not walk away. It happens in like a second. I know when you stand up looking at it, you're like, how long? But it happens in about a second. So just bear with it, stay with it, and stand there. It's already getting brown, which is perfect. You don't want it to get dark brown, golden brown. That's where the flavor is, and that's where the crunch is. Oh yeah, it's fragrant in here. Your house smells great. Do this when the guests walk in. They'll be like, what is that? What are you cooking? This is a good appetizer, basically. You open their appetite when they smell this. Forget about a 3-course meal. Just have them smell this, and then they're going to be like, what's the main course? Okay, we're actually done. See? Didn't have time to make a joke. That's how quick. Make sure your spoon is not wet or you will get burnt. And these are the crunchy garlics, and you just throw them at different points of your soup. I forget this is a Trinidadian show. All I know about chunky and garlic. See a chunky the garlic. Alright, nice and crunchy. And just add it all over. And that is a soup to behold. A little bit of this coconut oil that has that garlic flavor on top there as well. And you have a lovely soup. Okay? And then we're going to use this exact same garlic oil to go in with our green beans. So our green beans, the ones that we've already peeled. And then as you can see, I've cut up some onions here. Go ahead with that onion as well. And 1 piece of garlic that's already squished. The oil already has that garlic flavor, so you don't have to feel bad. As you can see, I just squished it, threw it right into the oil. I know the fire is off, but because our oil is still hot, we can go in with some of our items, like our onions and so on, cool the pan back down, and then go back on. Right. So now that that's on, let that be, and go in with your beans. Looking at it, I don't even know if I need all these beans, but I'm going to do it anyway. Keep your plate here to put your beans back onto. And let them go. Don't put salt, okay? Salt is going to make it start to release water, especially the onions, and you're going to end up with like a soupy situation. You want it to actually crisp up. It's more like a stir-fry situation going on here. And then we have some vegetarian stir-fry sauce. Of course, choose your stir-fry sauce of your choice. That's really it. Just choose your stir-fry sauce that you like the most. So I have some here, and that has salt, so we know you're going to put that a little bit later on. And I have some soy here, but I don't actually need the soy. I have some black bean, some fermented black bean paste. Right here, we're going to use that in there as well. Because as I told you, tofu always needs flavor. So everything that you're pairing the tofu with should have its own flavor. So by the time you bite into that, there are layers of flavor, and the tofu is more of a textural element than necessarily a flavor element. You understand? That's the way to like play tofu. And there we are. It's getting nice bright green. When that string bean gets bright green, you know it's getting ready. I'll be honest with you, I can eat this just as it is. I eat this by itself with rice sometimes. So it's good for that if you just want to have a quick night. Just this, some stir fry sauce, and you can even just throw the tofu in raw, not raw, but you know what I mean, not fried. And you just crumble it in, and you have a stir fry. Like, that's fine. That and rice. So there you go. You got 2 meals for the price of 1. You're welcome. And this is a trick that I always do. So I'm going to share it with you all. I put just a bit of water in here. I raise the temperature right up, and then I pour in that water and cover it. Let the beans steam. And they steam and like saute at the same time, and it's just enough water that they don't boil, but they steam, and that's necessary. Okay, and then you lift off, and there we are. See that nice perfect steam? That's what your beans were in. Look at that. Perfect green. That's when you know they're steaming good. And then you just wait here until all that liquid comes out, and you start to saute again. Once that liquid is out, in goes your black bean paste, in goes your vegetarian stir fry sauce, and you are done with this. As I told you, your second meal that you got for free today with this, when you make it a stir fry to put over rice, do the same thing, throw it over rice, dinner is done, and the kids are fed, husband is fed, everything is fed. I know it's hard for moms sometimes to have meals to do the like all kind of steps. This is a 1-pot meal actually if you do it the other way, right? This way is probably when you have friends over, or on that Saturday night that you feel like, okay, we could do something fun today. Right, so in goes our vegetarian stir fry sauce. Get all of that good stuff out. Okay, this has some salt, so it's going to start pulling some of your liquids out. This is the fermented black bean paste. Do remember it has a lot of salt, so just be careful. Don't put too much. And start stirring up. Getting that quintessential stir fry smell and look now. Yeah. That is stir fry for your money. Okay, this is smelling really awesome. And we are done with those beans. So back onto that plate that we had previously brought this on. I want you all to take a look at what's happening here. It's a great day when you got beans looking this good. And you'll probably fool your kids into eating it now that it tastes like this. And there's so much flavor on it. Great. So here, your beans alongside that. Good. Now we have to go into our, that you can actually, as you can see me do, I'm going to just sprinkle some of these on. I know you're going to be like, yeah, but that's going into the wrap. Of course it's going into the wrap. But when you do this, when it's hot, it starts to pull out the flavor of the side, and it will also go into your wrap. Remember, everything needs flavor. Depth of flavor is most important. Now for our wrap, our rice paper skins, you need to follow the rice paper instructions of your particular brand. My brand, I just get the rice paper and cold water. So go ahead with the cold water. I mean, whatever your brand says you do. So I'm doing cold water, and it's just there. It's going to sit down for about 2 minutes in there. So I'm going to get a plate to start wrapping. You kind of know when it's ready when these little checkery dots on it no longer appear when you look into your bowl of water. Okay? As I told you, I had quinoa already made. So you see it's nice and fluffy. Nothing really needed to add to this because everything else has the flavor. This is for your protein. I know it's weird. For vegans, you don't have something that looks like meat that's protein. Usually, this is your protein. Your quinoa, sometimes beans, whatever else. So we're going in with that, but we're just going to check this. It's nearly ready. It's pretty soft. This is the delicate part of this meal. It is kind of something that people have taboo against. Don't enjoy doing it all. So as you can see, and I pick it up now, it's going to be like a sheet. Try and not have it bend on itself, kind of like plastic wrap. Okay, and then you plop it onto your plate. Some residual water is fine. It's going to help it from drying out really quickly and making it hard to wrap when it's time. If you have nails, all you fancy ladies with nails, just be gentle. Your nails might rip through it, but that's okay. Alright, so to this, you add just like 1 tablespoon, probably 2, of quinoa. Not a lot, because when you wrap it, you don't want it to burst. Okay, so there we are. Some of that. You're going to go in with some of these wonderful beans that we just did, these lovely stir-fried beans. And you see the sivers on it. It's really nice. Put it down really beautifully. See a nice little pack. You want it to look pretty because this is a see-through wrapper, so people can't see the inside of it. Our nuggets are quite large, which I planned on. So I'm just going to take my knife and just cut through them and make them nice and compact for the middle. You heard that crunch? Wow! Look at that. Hello, where are you doing this? Are you a gourmet chef? Yeah, that's what they're going to start asking you. We're going by so-and-so's house for dinner. We're by so-and-so's house for lunch. Okay, that looks really awesome, if I might say so myself. And if you want to, you can add a sauce at this point, like a sriracha or something that's creamy. So now you lift up your so-called skins and you pull it really tightly over. It's okay if it doesn't go tight right away, that's fine. This is not like sushi class, it doesn't have to be perfect. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. It sticks itself like plastic wrap, right? And then these little ends, you can either flip it right up on top or beneath. And you always make sure that there's some like water under here. So I'm going to put some here so it doesn't stick, okay? So there we are. I'm actually going to put it on a plate that has water so that I can wrap a few more for you all to see. Okay, so we're going to put the completed one right up top there. Great. And let's get another one going in that water. Your water could be warm. It'll make this process quicker. But for me, when I started wrapping these stuff up, the warm water got it to that point of elasticity so quickly that I burst through them all the time. So, I mean, do it where it's comfortable for you. Follow the instructions of your rice paper. All rice paper do not have the same instructions. Mine does this one though. So, there we are. Once again, just be gentle. Try not to have it stick on itself. So, open hand is great. Right on, flop it over. It's not perfect, that's fine. But you want to move a little quickly so it doesn't stick to anything. Good. In with your quinoa. Down again. And you can use any quinoa. This is great for leftovers. Because you know when you make quinoa, you always have like leftovers extra. So go ahead and use that for this. And this is a really great lunch. Like if you have to go to work. I mean, this soup may not be able to carry, but this can carry. Make a few of these, put them in your lunch bag, and you are good. And the whole office is probably going to ask you, where did you get that? You tell them, oh, my house. We do this in my house. I want some of those saucy onions. Yum. And then in goes our crispy tofu. Kind of cracked that one, so gotta be careful. Okay. Great, that's gorgeous. And then once again that tight wrap as best as you can. It's okay if it's not perfectly tight, I told you that before. It's fine. This is, you know, for you, for your kids, for your family. Nobody's you're not taking it to Gordon Ramsay test. There we are. So we have 2. I'm gonna just make 1 more. Okay guys, so we have a whole set of them wrapped, as you can see. I'm just going to put them onto our lovely plates. Okay, go get yourself some more vegetarian or vegan stir-fry sauce of your choice. You could use like an orange sauce, any of those things. General soy sauce is great here. And then I want to use the rest of these. I don't want these to waste. This tastes really awesome. It's a great bite to everything else. Get those onions from the bottom, those saucy onions on top, and line this up to plate with. Good. I'm excited about this plating. I don't know what y'all, but I am. And as you can see, it's stuck together now. It's really easy to handle now. You can give it a nice bias cut and do it quickly. Don't sit down there rubbing it and crushing it and don't study all that. Okay. One piece. And you just layer these. People pick them up. If it's just you and your husband at home, you and the kids, just let them pick it up. Getting a nice plating going here for y'all. I want y'all to see how nice this could be. This is super healthy. For lunch, 2 of these and you're pretty good to go for lunch. You really don't need anything more than that. Trying to find a way to cut this perfectly. So that, quick cut. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Oh, look at that, guys. Perfect. Sorry, I'm supposed to put it so that y'all can see it. It's a little bit tricky with this quinoa, but it's so worth it, so don't worry about it. Alright, this placing could have been better, so we're going to do this a little better for y'all to see it the way I want y'all to see it. I know I'm playing around with this a lot, guys, but I really want y'all to see it in all of its beauty. Okay, there. And then, this one is, I guess, my treat, chef treat. Go ahead and get your vegetarian sauce, go in, your stir fry, and you just go across. In here will be great with some spice. It'll be really good to get some spice in here. So put some chilies on the inside, put some sriracha on top like I'm drizzling here. Do some sriracha on top. That would really, really amp this up. And if you have some sesame seeds, drizzle those on top. Really make it look pretty. And people will feel special. You will feel special about your lunchbox. So here we have this lovely wrap. Super good soup. Tell me, isn't Saturdays good? Have a great one, guys. See y'all soon. Go down to the bottom of the comments, subscribe, like, write what you think about it, try it, tell me what you think, tell me how you think you changed it up, tell me what you did. Love it. Can't wait to see you guys. I'm gonna have some now. Bye. Have a good one.